Hi, so I am going to be doing random improvisation today, and I thought what would be better to start off the thing than coming up with a few random facts. I have no idea whether these are actually true because I have heard these from other people or read them. So, for instance, did you know that when you kiss somebody, you exchange 6 million bacteria? And think of all those bacteria breeding and growing inside your mouth every 20 minutes. That means every 20 minutes you will then have 12 million bacteria, and then 24 million bacteria, and then 48 million bacteria, and so on and so forth. Yeah, I can recite the times table, but I don't know whether. Rubbing your stomach helps soothe a sore stomach, and I'm being informed about this. I haven't tried it before, which I probably should, otherwise my sore stomachs last for ages. If you can freeze butterflies and they will come back to life, because if you collect them and put them in a jar, they go into suspended animation. What happens is that they freeze inside the jar, or they seem to freeze, and then when you take the jar out it looks like they're dead, but if you keep it upside down and wait for the butterflies to sort of melt, they'll come back to life and fly away. Another fact is, did you know that when you're looking for a partner, you're going to be attracted more to somebody who resembles your parent of another gender? So for instance, I would probably go for somebody with blonde hair and blue eyes, because, and let's say a random person would go for what their parent looked like, which is kind of disturbing. It's genetic, so I don't know. It's helped spread the human race for a couple of million years, so I think a couple of 100,000. So maybe it works. Another thing that happens is also, if you go to a girls' school, apparently you'll be more sexually attracted to a member of another gender who's more feminine than a more masculine person. Another fact is that, do you know that the art of laundry, which has been perfected by the Romans, actually used to involve soaking togas in goat urine? And what would happen is you'd stand inside this goat urine and you'd sort of try and squish your toga around. And what would happen is that then the acid would probably bleach out the stuff from the dirt, and then you'd hang it out to dry after giving it a rinse. Speaking of Romans, when you go to a Roman bath, the reason that they had a hot water pool and a cold water pool was that the hot water pool sort of open pores. And the Romans thought that if these pores were kept open, then they had a chance of getting an infection. And so they went into the hot room first, or the sauna, and then they went into the cold pool. And what happened is that the cold pool closed up all of the pores and they'd be free from infection. Baths at this time went out of fashion later on in Victorian times because because these communal baths were thought to be associated with, let's say, brothels. So let's go on to the use of the bidet. And the bidet actually comes from France, hence why you don't pronounce the T, and it took a long time to catch on because, of course, they're commonly associated with French courtesans. And that is how you get from bacteria to bathroom habits in however many steps. See you again for random improvisation.